lot of kids starting to feel a little jittery about going back to school and entering grade 9. It's certainly one of the most scariest moves for any young teen. On tonight's Inside Story, one student who has to deal with that and so much more. Avery?
That's right, Tom. Well, most kids just desperately want to fit in because being different can equal disaster. 13-year-old Mathew Sheppard knows that all too well. On tonight's Inside Story, trapped in a body that won't obey him, Mathew Sheppard and his drastic decision. Mathew Sheppard is a lot like any 13-year-old boy. A bit of a daredevil, dirt biking, cliff jumping. He loves his video games too. But there's one thing that sets Mathew apart.
I have dystonia and it makes my muscles pull in and causes me to shake.
Myoclonus-dystonia, a rare disorder where neurons in the brain misfire, causing muscles to randomly contract, twist, and tremor. How would you describe what it's like to have dystonia?
It's hard, because I'm shaking and, I can't pour myself a drink, carry, a plate of food, or just, daily tasks.
Happy birthday, dear Mathew.
Matthew was born a seemingly healthy boy with no signs of the shakes and tremors that would one day control his life.
He's like a normal baby, and sometimes when Kathy would go out, he would get upset, and I'd hold him on my knee, and I noticed that he started trembling a lot, shaking, and that's when we started thinking that something was going on.
2 crackers.
And then at about 2, the symptoms increased.
He just started shaking when he was eating and trying to play with his toys.
You're wearing a mustache.
I am.
Life hasn't been easy. Kids can be cruel. Have there been issues of bullying and incidents for Mathew?
There have been some incidences in the past, in public school.
These kids tried to bully me.
Like how?
They just say, really bad things about me and, my family. I was afraid to go to school. I just didn't feel comfortable, walking down the hall. I was just nervous.
As Mathew gets older, his world gets smaller. He no longer wants to leave the house.
Even driving in the car, he wants the windows up because if we stop, at a stoplight, if someone's standing on the street corner, he starts to tremor because he's afraid that they're looking at him.
My anxiety is really bad out in public, at a mall, where there's lots of people, a restaurant.
Because what happens is that the dystonia gets worse as you get anxious and nervous. Right?
Yeah.
Mathew can't use a pen, he can't pour himself a glass of water, he can't feed himself.
My mom normally feeds me, but I can eat finger foods, chicken strips.
What do you think the biggest misunderstanding is from kids at school maybe? What do you wish they knew?
I want them to know that, this causes me to shake and some muscles to pull, but otherwise I'm perfectly normal. I'm a normal kid.
Mathew starts grade 9 next month, a scary year for any teen. Imagine what it could be like for Mathew. And so at the age of 13, Mathew Sheppard has made a very grown-up decision.
As a parent, I'm worried. Anytime somebody mentions brain surgery, it's like, whoa, I don't know.
Mathew will become one of just a handful of people in the world to undergo deep brain stimulation for his type of dystonia. Are you scared at all about going in for the surgery?
Maybe a bit, but I'm happy and excited. It will help. Hopefully, the shaking.
There are risks.
There is always a chance of a bleed in the brain. There's a chance of infection.
And the surgery will not be a cure.
They don't know exactly how successful it will be. I think the average is like 60% improvement maybe.
Mathew's dreams are made of the stuff most of us take for granted. What will you do to test to see how successful it was? What are you going to do?
I'm gonna try and pour a drink and carry it like around the house and feed myself.
You're a brave boy.
Thank you.
And coming up on Thursday, I'm going to take you inside the operating room at Toronto Western Hospital, where late last week, Mathew underwent the deep brain stimulation. He is now at home recovering, so I'll have that for you on Thursday.
That was tough to watch.
You know, Mathew's a great spokesperson for this form of dystonia. He's also a great spokesperson for anti-bullying, because any kid that would do any kind of taunting or teasing of this sweet, smart, intelligent, and as he says, normal boy, you know, it just makes my blood
emotional.
It makes my blood boil.
I know
it makes my blood boil.
And it's rare, but tell us about the gene.
Well, the interesting thing is that this is a very rare form of dystonia. A lot of people have dystonia if they have MS or Parkinson's as an effect of the disease. But Mathew, and it does run in Mathew's family, there's a lot of people in Mathew's extended family that have different forms of dystonia.
Right.
But Mathew doesn't have the gene, which is kind of confounded and perplexed everybody. So when they go in for this surgery, the doctor was telling me that about 3 people in the world have had this surgery for this form of dystonia. So we're bringing that to you on Thursday.
Look forward to that. And he is a brave kid, as he just said, because he's going to go to grade 9, isn't he?
He is going to grade 9 in September.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks very much, Avery. You can reach out to Avery on Twitter at CityAvery about this or any other story idea that you may have. You can also watch all segments of the Inside Story on our website on citynews.ca.